All right, I'm sure you have seen this before, but just to remind you, let's review all this real quick, okay? So all this we use this as prefixes for SI units. So we can make the unit smaller, going down here. We can make the unit larger, going up there, all right? It all start with just one right here. So I'm going to use meter as so just a example, all right? So let's say meter, let's set as a 1. Okay, so if you go to the top, we have decameter. We have kilometer, kilometer, megameter, gigameter, and terameter. And go from you're probably familiar with 1,000, with a million. That's mega, and giga, like gigabyte. You probably heard about it, familiar about it. So 10 to the 9th. Okay, so we have a 10 to the 1st, 10 to the 3rd, 10 to the 6th, 10 to the 9th, 10 to the 12th. All right, coming down here, we have deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, femto, and atto. As you can go even lower than that, but we're gonna just stop right here. All right. So there are quite a lot of prefixes here, but I want you to just know only the one that we use quite often. Okay. You can have this with you. Don't worry about it. You can have like this chart with you. And you can do the exam, the test. I mean, I don't really care. You don't have to memorize this. But if you know the one that you use often, it helps a lot. For example, going up there, you probably know that kilos mean 1,000, mega mean million, and giga, you're probably familiar with the gigabyte, megabyte, gigabyte. That's even a bigger number than mega. That's 10 to the 9th. Right? So we have 10 to the 3rd for a kilo, 10 to the 6th, that's mega, and 10 to the 9th, that's giga. All right. Coming down from the bottom, all right, what we got? So you're probably familiar with centimeter. Centimeter, centi is 10 to the negative 2nd. Okay, 1 of 100th. All right. We have milli, 10 to the negative 3rd. Micro, opposite from mega, 10 to the negative 6th. And nano is opposite from giga, is 10 to the negative 9th. Okay, these are the main one that you need to know. It helps you a lot when you don't have to look back and forth, and it saves so much time. All right, but you are familiar with most of this already. Okay, kilo, centi, milli, and micro. At least you have this already. Add mega, nano, and maybe giga. If you could, you'll be fine. Okay. All right, now let's do this. This could be confusing, but let's just go this with me. All right, try to think along the way. How many bytes are in kilobytes? Here's how I think about it. So how many bytes are in kilobytes? So this have to be equal. All right. Big number, kilo, 10 to the 3rd. Remember 1,000, right? This kilo. Byte is small, so you need a big number right here to match kilo. Kilo is 10 to the 3rd. This guy got to be 10 to the 3rd. Okay. All right, one more time. So how many microseconds are in a second? All right, now micros is small. It's 10 to the negative 6. If you look back in there, the chart. Okay. So micro is small. So 1 second is much bigger than a micro. So we want something big here. All right. To make it to 1 second, well, micro itself is 10 to negative 6. So we have to add 10 to the 6th. So it cancels out 10 to the 6th times 10 to negative 6. It's just 10 to the 0th is 1. All right, one more time. If you don't get it, one more time. Don't worry about it. All right, so how many milligrams are in grams? So small unit to a larger unit. All right, so small to larger. When they are equal, so we need a big number here to match the large unit. All right, so how much do we need? Well, milli is 10 to negative 3rd. To make it 1, we need 10 to the 3rd. That's how we do it. Okay. All right, last one. How many megamole are in a mole? Mega, and I'm sure some of you know, mega is a big number, right? What's the number of mega though? Can you look back? Mega is 10 to the 6th. All right, so it's big number, a million. So big number to small number, right? So to match the small number, we need something small here. So is it 10 to the 6th? We need 10 to the negative 6. That's it. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the next video.